Well, hello, Facebook friends and family. Gosh, it's been so long since I've been here. Oh, you know, I am really blessed to um, have almost all of the people on my Facebook friends list be people I actually know, right? I mean, there's only a small handful of people I've never actually met in person, but even with those people, I feel like we've connected through a program or a conference online or something where we got to know each other. And so I'm really, really honored to be here. Many of you may know that I was kind of down and out for the count for about 6 months. I was sick with nothing serious like mono and a bunch of infections, but I felt like Rip Van Winkle's wife was just in this deep slumber. Hey, Daisy May, thank you, thank you, thank you. So glad you joined. And Arcelia and Christine, oh, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I always feel such love and support from my Facebook family. Okay, so why did I decide to come back on today? Oh, so much exciting stuff. Okay, so some of you may know that I have started, or I'm starting a movement. I'm calling it a movement, and I hope we can all make it a movement. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Marie. Thank you. It is the movement into emotional health and well-being, and I'm calling it the Emotional Health and Resiliency Movement because many of you know, as a licensed therapist and coach in the field for 22 years, I have seen thousands and thousands of people. And one of the main issues that I have seen predominantly, doesn't matter what the issue was that brought them into my office, was that they didn't believe in themselves. And God, let's be real, guys. In today's kind of scary world, hi, Marie. Haven't seen you in a long time, girl. In today's scary world, it's kind of scary, right? I think the biggest thing that we need to be worried about the most is our emotional health and well-being to kind of manage all this, right? How can we come from a place of love if we're suffering with, anxiety issues or stressed or feeling depression or things like that? Hi, Tammy. Hi, Ronald. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I am on today for the next 21 days. I will come to you live every day, hopefully around the same time. Sometimes it might have to switch a tad because of my schedule, but I will come live every day to share just a little bit. Won't be on long, 15, 20 minutes, maybe, somewhere around there, to kind of go over a few little things that can help us kind of deal with this adulting stuff, right? The stress and all of the things that kind of get us caught up and stop us from living in our infinite possibilities. And that brings me to infinite possibilities, which many of you may know that I'm in the middle of rebranding my company, that I am working toward taking the skills and gifts and talents that I've been graced with all of my life and my career and moving it into a deeper, more expansive place. And so my new brand is Infinite Possibilities. And I'm starting with Rise from the Ashes of Your Past, because I think we have to have the foundations, right, in order to kind of step into this emotional health and well-being. I think, wouldn't you agree, right? Hi, Connie. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Greetings to you. And so every day for the next 21 days, I will come live and we'll talk about a topic that is relevant to all of us. And then I will offer up like 2 or 3 solutions each day where you can kind of take these tools and apply them to your own life or whatever's kind of happening for you. And just kind of learn to start filling your toolbox up with awesome things that can help you move through your life day to day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm, I don't think I'm scared with the way the world is right now, but I think that we're kind of at a critical place in our evolution where if we all collectively don't work together to keep making the impacts we're all here to make for everybody, that we could go in either direction. And I surely don't want to see that for my children or potentially my grandchildren, which I don't have any yet, but eventually, right? So I created Infinite Possibilities as a way to help people understand, hi, Am, how are you? Thank you for joining. In order to help people understand how to really step into that place of their own power and use their voice and really kind of move into a place of living their true potential. And we hear all this stuff all the time, right, Tammy? Isn't that true? We hear this all the time that, oh, live your true potential, be authentic, live in all the positivity. But what happens when we're stressed and we're feeling a little depressed, or we're feeling confused or lost or things like that? Like, how do we really move through that? And I think the biggest thing, besides people not believing in themselves, that I found through my career was that people never were really taught how to move through all that stuff. So I'm also really excited that I'm launching my podcast in October 15th, mark the date. And the podcast name is Infinite Possibilities, Rise from the Ashes of Your Past. And it will be listed on iTunes and all of the favorite places that you download your podcasts, if you listen to podcasts. And if you don't, that's okay. Maybe you'll start. There's amazing, amazing podcasts out there that are filled with lots of incredible information. Hi, Ken. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So, oh, excuse me. Pardon me. So one of the things that I'm going to do over the next 21 days, hi, Julie, welcome. Thanks for coming and dropping in. Nice to see you. One of the things that I will do over the next 21 days is, if you want these recordings as an MP3, all free, of course, if you want these recordings at the end of the 21 days for free, then please make sure that you either drop your email address into the chat below, or private message me your email address if you don't want it publicly out there, of course. And I will make sure that you get a copy of all of these recordings simply as an MP3. You don't need the video. You may like looking at this beautiful face here, but it'll take up a lot of bandwidth. So I think the MP3 is much better. And that way you can have all of the little areas that we went over the next 21 days and the solutions right there all in one place, just flowing really nicely into the other. Okay, so let's look at this adulting thing, right? Isn't that a term that's being used a lot right now? Adulting. What does that mean, right? Well, obviously we're all adults. I know for me, adulting comes with all this responsibility, all this kind of expectation that people have maybe about how I'm supposed to act or behave or what I should believe or all those kind of things, right? Hi, Katie. Love you. Welcome. Thank you for dropping by. So glad to have you guys here. And so in this kind of adultingness, we get stressed and we can get overwhelmed, and we can feel a range of emotions and have a range of thoughts and feelings that sometimes are positive and sometimes are negative, and sometimes it can create, problems for us and wreak havoc on, the roles that we play, or what decisions we make, or how we just kind of feel about our day-to-day life or the people in our lives, right? And so obviously over the next 21 days, we'll get into very specifics about these areas and these topics, but some of the things we'll talk about is like feeling confused or feeling lost or feeling stuck or, feeling frustrated and angry, stressed, of course, feeling hurt by things, and we'll go deeper into a little bit, just a little bit. This won't be like therapy every day, trust me, But it'll just be some hints and strategies and things that I've learned from my amazing clients in my own life over the last 55 years of me being on this planet, and a few solutions that can maybe help you move through it a little bit easier. So, with this adulting stuff, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Hi, Marilyn. Thank you for joining. With this adulting stuff, what is the biggest challenge that you guys face, right, in your life day to day? You can't drive 55? Yeah, I can't either. I always have to be careful because I don't want to get a ticket, right? I don't know how to drive 55. Wasn't that phrase, Connie, 55, drive 55 and stay alive or something like that? I don't know. But what do you think is the biggest challenge for you guys? Is it staying in a place of love when you're feeling angry and frustrated or hurt by something? Is it, that you self-doubt? Do you find that you sabotage yourself sometimes when you really want to move forward and you know what you want to do and what your goals are and what you want to accomplish, but just something is getting in the way? Does it, I don't know, sometimes feel like something's missing? I think that's some of the areas that I found throughout my clients' lives and even my own. I'll go back for a second. When I was in this slumber of almost 6 months, I kind of went back into a darker space. I kind of went back into, hi, Heather, welcome. Good to see you too, hon. I went back into a bit of a darker space where I was struggling when I was awake to kind of figure out the direction I wanted to move in, because many of you know I've been working to rebrand my company and move in a newer direction for about the last few years. And I was just kind of feeling like this illness had taken me so down. Like, am I ever going to be able to move forward? So Connie, like you said, value self as much as you value others, that worthiness. Absolutely. And I actually was kind of dealing with a little bit of that during this illness. Now, I know that when you're sick, it can absolutely create some issue and cause us to kind of feel a little, worthless, right? You want to do things, but you feel so horrible. And no matter how hard you try to push through or work through, it can really be a challenge sometimes. But I also know that when we really kind of move into that space within ourselves of feeling valuable and worthy, that even if we come across a situation like in my case where I was sick, it's not really going to take me down emotionally or mentally, right? And so it just got me thinking that people really struggle with these things, and there is, of course, a ton of information out on the internet and lots of phenomenal places, but sometimes that in itself can feel a little overwhelming too when you just kind of want a clear answer. So I thought that coming live for the next 21 days would really help, maybe to just give little snippets and little tools that we can use that will kind of help us move forward. So balance. Oh, yeah, that's another one, Heather, right? And you hear that a lot, like people talk about balance. There's no balance. How do you ever balance? Or people pushing balance incredibly. And I always liken that to like, one of the balance scales, right? And I used to show people, I used to show my clients a lot in session, that if you had a scale and it was perfectly balanced, what do you see happening? Nothing. There's no movement. So we don't really ever want this. What we want is this. What we don't want is this. Really out of whack, right? And I think that sometimes that just requires us to kind of take a look at priorities. And we'll talk about that, Heather, over the next 21 days. So we're already kind of at 15 minutes, and I do want to keep these short. Today was kind of a reconnection place. Hello to my Facebook family and friends. I love you all. Thank you so much over all these years for your support. And whether we've met in person or not, I love you all. I feel you all. And I am so blessed and grateful that you're in my life. And I hope that we really can start this movement together to create more emotional health and wellness for people by having the impact and creating that ripple effect for people in our lives. So I'd like to offer up just a few little tips today on if you find any of the adulting stuff getting to you, whether it's stress or confusion. Oh, I've missed you too, Tammy. Thank you, hon. Whether it's stress or confusion, whether you're feeling lost or confused, 3 little tips, 3 little tools you can take away today that will cover anything. The first one is, and I know you guys have heard all this, but I'm going to keep it all together in these 21 days of videos and audios, right? The first tip you can do is breathe, right? So simple. We obviously have to breathe in order to stay alive, but I'm talking about breathing from your diaphragm. You know, most of us breathe from our belly, and we don't really fill up the bottom third of our lungs when we do that. And so whether you know how to diaphragmatically breathe or not, I'm going to show you a really simple way that I really showed this to all my clients through my career, and it was massively helpful for them to move through stress and especially anxiety. And we'll go into more detail when we do a day on anxiety. But here's how you would do it. Put your hand, you can't see it too well, but put your hand on your belly. Okay, you still can't see it. Well, put your hand on your belly button, right? And take a deep breath in through your nose. And if your belly is moving inward when you take that deep breath in, you're not diaphragmatically breathing. You're breathing from your belly. If, on the other hand, you take that deep breath in through your nose, and when you do that, your belly pushes out like you're pushing out a balloon, kind of filling it up, then you're more diaphragmatically breathing. So you take a deep breath in through your nose, about a slow count of 5, and then hold it for 5. And I'm not going to do the full 5 now, but hold it for 5. And then this is the important piece. This is a very important piece. You release it through your mouth, through pursed lips, kind of like if you were blowing up a balloon or blowing a bubble with bubble gum, right? So it would look like this. Your belly would go out when you breathe in. So it'd be, you'd wait a second or two and do it again. Again, about a 5 count for each. Breathe in for 5, hold for 5, release for 5. Hi, Sandra. How are you, love? I haven't seen you in so long, girl. Thank you for stopping by. And Rebecca, oh, so glad to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Okay, so breathing from the diaphragm is really important when you're feeling anything of intensity, anger, stressed, frustration, confusion, even depression. Just take in about a round of 5 deep breaths, slowly. Practice the diaphragmatic breathing. If you have trouble, don't mean to be gross here, but think about when you have to go potty and you've had a number 2 issue, will be politically nice here, or kind in my language, and you kind of have to push a little and you feel like the belly's going out a bit. The goal is to get your belly to go out when you take that breath in. So take that deep breath in for 5, hold, release pursed lips for 5, and do that whole thing 5 times. It takes like a minute and maybe 5-10 seconds to do that whole thing. And I guarantee you by the 2nd or 3rd breath, whatever you're intensely feeling will start to diminish, because what you're doing is interrupting the kind of biochemical brain flood that's happening in your body. That's also kind of intensifying those emotional feelings, okay? That's 1. 2, hi, Betty, so nice to see you. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. We have to catch up one of these days. Thank you so much for dropping by. Right? And all you could do is breathe. Yeah, It's a win day, Connie. You are 1,000,000% correct. Breathing is such a critical thing, but it's a controlled breathing, right? And it's causing you to slow down for just a moment. And that does amazing things to your mind, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, and your physical body. So that's one. Two, meditate. We've heard that one too, right? But here's the thing, guys. Meditation is not this, I will light candles and incense, and I shall sit there with my legs crossed, and I shall hold my hands in a certain position, and then I shall say, Om. Yeah, that's meditation too. But meditation is also, hi, Kate, thank you for joining us. Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. I haven't seen you in forever. You're another one we need to catch up on, girl. Meditation can be taking a walk in the park and noticing the sights and the sounds and the smells and the flavors, and feeling the earth beneath your skin on bare feet, or laying down on the grass in your backyard and just looking up at the sky. Did you ever do that as a kid? I did. I'd look up at the sky and I'd watch the clouds move by, and I'd think of all the different cloud formations, and I'd get so lost in that it felt like time stood still. That's so grateful. Thank you so much for joining me here today live. Number 1 day of 21 days. How exciting. So sometimes, Candy Crush is meditative for you. There you go, Connie. I mean, that's the thing. Anything that helps bring you into the present moment. You ever driven home and you kind of were just in your zone, and it's a route you've taken all the time, and all of a sudden you're in your driveway and you're like, how'd I get here? That was meditative, because meditation is really about being in the present moment. So do anything that you need to do to meditate on a regular basis, to just kind of be in that present moment space, and you will find amazing things happening to your body and your mind. Okay. And then the last tip is, if something is really getting intense for you, hey, Marlene Dollface, I love you too. Oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've seen so many of you. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited today. I'm always excited. Okay, so the last little tip is, do something I call a mind dump letter, right? Let's say you're feeling intense stuff that day. I don't care what it is. Again, frustrated, angry, hurt, but whatever's happening, there's a lot of intensity going on. Take a step back for a moment and just go mind dump. Get out a piece of paper, even if you don't like writing. Trust me, please, it's extremely helpful. And literally write everything down. Don't care about grammar. Shh, don't tell Marlene I said that. Don't care about grammar. Don't care about punctuation. Don't care about sentence structure. Don't care about if it's all one big run-on sentence. The idea behind this is dumping all the stuff that's floating in your head out onto paper, just getting it out. So just mind dump all of it, and then do whatever you want with that paper. Throw it away, burn it up, whatever. There's an absolute amazing release that happens when you are feeling a lot of intense feelings or having a lot of thoughts that are just racing through your mind. It's amazing when you put it on paper how the mind just kind of slows down. And we'll talk a little bit more about that down the road, over the next 21 days. So, right, Marlene? Ha! Yeah, don't tell her I said that. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh my gosh, I miss all of you so much. Oh, Connie, that's another amazing one, is just splatting paint on canvas. Yeah. Name it, claim it, own it, and get rid of it. You got it, girl. That is absolutely it. So the 3 tips for today in this adulting thing that we all have to live on this roller coaster of, called life, as we grow up, because we all can't stay kids forever, although we'd love to, is if you're having intensity in your emotions or thoughts, in your feelings, just for today, since we're not really dealing with a main topic today, we're doing an overall topic. This is good for anything. Breathe from your diaphragm, meditate, be in the present moment, really is what it's all about, and mind dump if anything is too intense. Well, that's kind of it today. It was a little longer than I wanted. My intention is to be on for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes every day. I will probably again be on around the same time every day. Might change a little bit with my schedule. If you guys maybe would like to see the MP3s of all of these recordings over the next 21 days and have it all in one spot on one MP3, please, somewhere over the course of this next 21 days, pop me your email address. I'll make sure you get that. Of course, it's free. And if you have any questions, reach out to me here on my private page, which I'm originally recording this on, but I'm also going to be sharing this on my new business page, which is facebook.com, obviously, /infinite possibilities, the number 4 and the letter U, infinite possibilities for you. How cute is that, right? And we're going to have an amazing rockin' time over the next 21 days going over little bits of things. So if there's anything that you really want to talk about or want to see, please drop me a line and let me know. But for now, I'm going to wish you all an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, present moment, love-filled day. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. And I hope that if there is any way that I can help you move through so you can step into your power and use your voice and dive into those infinite possibilities that are within you, please reach out. You know I love you. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. And ciao for now. Bye.